You can get a funnel if you like. You can get this from Amazon and pour in your oil. Hey guys, Karen from Curl House. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, a certified trichologist, and the owner of the Curl House Hair Restoration Collection. And guess where I am? I am in my kitchen, and you know all the magic happens in my kitchen. But today we are going to uncover some of the best hair growth oils. But before I get started, let me ask you a question. Do you know what the largest organ is in the body? The largest organ. What is the largest organ? Did you get it right? It is skin. Yes, your skin is an organ. That is just a little trivia question, but skin. And guess what scalp is? Your scalp is an organ. And why that is important is because the scalp, the organ of the scalp, actually houses the hair follicle. And within the scalp, that's where cellular regeneration happens so that your hair can grow. So the reason some oils rather, are important for growth is because they actually improve cellular generation for hair growth. Okay, I'm going to start with rosemary. Now, rosemary has some clinical trials. That's why rosemary is so important. It's number one on the list. There was a study back in 2015 that compared usage of rosemary oil for hair growth and minoxidil. Minoxidil is the only FDA-approved drug for hair loss. But in the study, part of the participants used rosemary, the other part used minoxidil, and the results were comparable. The results were the same. Both were effective. However, rosemary was considered a little more beneficial simply because it did not irritate the scalp. So we're going to start with rosemary for hair growth. Rosemary is antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and it also helps to improve blood circulation to the scalp. And for hair growth, it is very important that you have proper blood circulation to the scalp, because that proper blood circulation is what delivers the nutrients and the oxygen to your hair follicle for your hair to grow. So rosemary is number one. And the next one is lavender. So lavender oil, essential oil, that's also great for the scalp too. There have been some studies on this that showed that the use of lavender oil will also speed up growth and also improves circulation to the scalp. It is also antimicrobial as well. So lavender oil, essential oil, is good for hair growth as well. Now the next one is peppermint oil. Peppermint oil contains menthol. And menthol causes the blood vessels to dilate, so that improves the blood circulation and blood flow to the scalp, and that is what encourages hair growth. So if you've ever used anything with menthol in it, it's like a cool tingling sensation. That is what that is. That is that circulation taking place in your scalp. So these are the 3 essential oils that I'm recommending. Now, when you use an essential oil, I don't ever recommend that you use essential oils by themselves. If you could smell, I know you can't smell through this YouTube video, but if you could, it smells like a cool, what is that peppermint patty commercial? Oh my gosh, y'all know I'm corny. It's like a cool sensation. All of these scents circulating in my kitchen. It smells great, and they are strong. So, and they're very potent. So you are not to use a lot on your scalp. And I don't recommend that you use them by themselves. You mix them with a carrier oil. So the 2 carrier oils that I grabbed, I have castor oil and I have jojoba oil. Now both jojoba and castor oil can promote and encourage growth on the scalp. They both have a very low comedogenic rating. That simply means they won't clog the pore. So if you're putting something on your scalp, you don't want to put something that's going to clog the pore. But the consistency of each one, or the viscosity of each one, is different. Castor oil is very thick. Even though it has a comedogenic rating of 1, which is very low, a very low likelihood that it will clog the scalp, it's still very thick. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm gonna give it a try. I don't think you can see this, but castor oil is very, very thick. So jojoba oil, the reason I like jojoba oil is because jojoba oil mimics the natural sebum that your scalp already produces. So, and this too won't clog your pores either. Now, I'm going to mix jojoba oil with one of these oils to make a little do-it-yourself at-home hair growth oil. Again, you can use castor oil if you like, but if you use castor oil, because it is so thick, use just a little bit, because it's going to take a much longer time to absorb into the follicle. But to alleviate that, we're going to use jojoba oil. Now, I'm going to put rosemary. I'm going to make rosemary. Again, we have 3. Technically, you can use all 3. But I'm going to make a little at-home concoction using rosemary. Now, in terms of how much you use, as I said before, these essential oils are super strong. So, less is more. Get a 2-ounce bottle. This is a bottle with a dropper. You can get these from anywhere. You can get it from Amazon. So if you're going to make it yourself at home, I want you to take your jojoba oil or castor oil. You can get a funnel if you like. You can get this from Amazon and pour in your oil. Okay, so I have 2 ounces of jojoba oil in my bottle. I'm going to put rosemary. I'm going to mix it with rosemary only. If you use rosemary or peppermint, you are going to put about 2 milliliters. Less is more into your 2-ounce bottle. Again, that's 2 milliliters. If you decide to combine both, use 1 and 1, you can do 1 milliliter of rosemary and 1 milliliter of peppermint. Now, in terms of milliliters, you can get, I don't know if you can see this, but this dropper actually has milliliters on it, and it goes up to 1 milliliter. So you can use something like this to measure how much essential oil, or you can get a measuring cup like this from Amazon that also has milliliters on it. Hey, if you don't want to do any of that, I think I have some Pepto-Bismol on this top, has milliliters on it too. So you can find a way to get your milliliters. Or again, if you have a scale, you could use a scale. But if you don't have any of that, if that is too fancy, you can put about 40 drops of rosemary into your bottle. That equals 2 milliliters. So 40 drops if you don't have any of that. But because I have my little fancy dropper with milliliters on it, I'm just going to use the dropper. And you can't see it, but that is 1 milliliter. I'm going to drop it in there. There we go. You see how simple that is? Jojoba oil and rosemary. The jojoba oil, again, is a carrier oil. It's going to help carry that essential oil throughout the scalp. It's light enough where it's not going to clog the pore. Now, if you want to use lavender oil is not as strong as peppermint and rosemary, so you can do up to 5 milliliters of lavender if you decide to do lavender. If you want to mix all 3, you can mix all 3 too. Smells good. It smells strong. You can put it in your scalp and massage it in. That is the goal. You can put it all over, or you can put it in the areas where you are more prone to hair loss. Make sure you massage that oil in. Don't forget about the scalp massage, because scalp massaging also helps to improve blood circulation to the scalp. So if you got the growth oil in addition to the scalp massaging, you got to put them both together. You'll get the best results. And I typically recommend, if you're using any type of hair growth oil or topical product that helps with cellular regeneration, do it at night, like before you go to bed, because a lot of times that's when cellular regeneration happens in the body. Particularly for the hair and hair growth when you sleep. So do it at night. I hope you all enjoyed this little demonstration so you can make it yourself at home. What I always encourage, even though you are using products for hair growth, hair restoration. If you are dealing with extreme hair loss, sometimes you have to get to the root cause of your hair loss, and that may be something internal. It could be stress, it could be your medications, it could be nutrient deficiencies. There are many reasons that you could be losing your hair. So in addition to using topical products, make sure you get to the root cause to determine what's going on within the body so that you can balance that, and that's going to help to restore your hair as well. I have a product line, the Curl House Hair Restoration Collection, that I formulated that was designed specifically for people who are dealing with slow growing hair or hair loss. If it's something you might be interested in, you can check out the link below. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and until we talk again, stay back.